Light, a thin ray of orange light. Pain, wounds, barely healing. My mouth tasted of the potions. How many had... the ground was moving. Why was... My eyes creaked open. Too tired to even move my head, I realized I was on a small flatbed wagon. I could see the sunset at the end of the long highway out of Philadelphia. My chest moved so little that I could barely believe I was breathing. Yet, even so, I stretched a hoof out. I had to crawl, get to the sunset, see where it escaped so easily. Every night. Stay still, Merc. You'll be all right. I promise. Protégé's voice sounded from beside me, strained and weak, a far cry from his usual self. I could hear other ponies around me trotting quietly.
Homeward bound, little number 7.
Be silent, Shackles. I'm not in the mood. Straining my head, I turned and felt my heart clench even tighter. The gates of Philadelphia were open and waiting as I was carted up to them. The pits, the sounds, smells, and heat. No, not again. I'd been outside. Turning back to the sunset, I felt a strained whimper arise from my throat. Trying to claw my way back, I could still make it. The wagon stopped. I groaned as I felt some pony touch me, checking me. Magic flared, a raspy, ghoulish, deep voice speaking.
Pretty fucking good aim if you wanted to keep the poor bastard alive, kid.
Dr. Weathervane. Yet, for all the complaint, I could hear the distaste in his voice. Protégé did not rise to it, speaking quietly. Will he survive?
Yeah, shit, not without a lot of rest, but yeah, he will.
Behind me, ponies finished coming back into Philadelphia. I saw the master stomp in, eyes locked on me, looking ferociously annoyed when he saw Protégé standing almost like a guard beside me. Finally, I saw one little figure standing in the doorway.
I believe that will be 700 caps then.
Protégé turned, glancing back at Minstrel. Slowly he trotted toward him. You were the one who healed him.
Yes, not to mention the one who watched your ruffians take my assistant.
Protégé's head tilted down, eyeing Minstrel very carefully. His voice turned stern and cold, a tone I had never heard from him before. He didn't need to shout. You did this to Sunny Days, Dr. Minstrel. You abused her trust and landed her here. And to have her dog shot down. You did. You and your selfish mentality.
Then I guess that's where we differ. I'll take my caps and go if that's all the same to you. I've lost enough.
Protégé hesitated for a second, before reaching toward his side and igniting his magic. He did not throw caps. He drew his revolver. There are few things that will drive me to anger, Doctor. Minstrel was already backing up, looking around for help, which was never going to come. But I hold myself to a certain set of values. Highest among them is that of loyalty. That if you aim to help ponies, you do. Not fix them up, only to dissuade them and lead them astray with their trust in you. You have corrupted the idea of loyalty at its very highest. He wasn't shouting, but Protégé's voice did rise in strength, a small tinge of carefully controlled rage. That buck over there wanted more than anything to be free, and you gave him that belief, only to take it all away. I may have stopped him, I bear that guilt, but you didn't just hurt his life, you crushed his dreams by making him believe. You are an atrocity not befitting the title of doctor, nor did you deserve Sunny's friendship. You betrayed her as much as you betrayed Merc. You likely cost Sunny her life, from who has taken her. You bring a wisp of fury to my heart, Dr. Minstrel. I heard a rasping, colorful agreement nearby to me. Minstrel raised a hoof, his face turning white.
Look, I think perhaps I should just leave and...
Yes, you will. The single shot echoed off the giant gates, and one of the soft, slowly fading shapes in my vision slowly pitched over. I didn't feel any justice, even as I saw the vague black shape of Protégé turn and slowly trot back to me. Behind him, the colossal gates slowly closed. No matter how hard I wished for it, they would not stop. For one horrible moment, I had felt all my dreams within my grasp, but the great sunset was separated from me as the giant gates finally slammed shut, just as I passed once more into a painful, tearful sleep.
Hello, Wastelanders, this is your true, unknown if actually blue, and spellbindingly true of his word, DJ. Well, folks, it seems that amidst all the chaos around Philadelphia we reported yesterday, there is actually a little ray of hope. It seems that one slave got out, actually escaped. The word was passed down the line by a merchant who met one on the highway out of Philadelphia. Apparently, the slave took on a hellhound attacking his caravan, was filled with all sorts of murderous rage and tore the thing apart with his bare hooves. Unfortunately, though, turns out said slave is one mean raider. I'm afraid so, my little ponies. The big, nasty warlord is back on the maps. Red-Eye did us all a service taking him in 5 years ago, but I'm afraid the big guy is out once again. Already I'm hearing of a bounty going out before he can get a band together. Only weird thing is, though, the merchant said, after riding away very fast, that Warlord Brimstone wasn't interested in him. Just kept hammering on the Hellhound corpse before, and I choose this wording carefully, screaming in anger. Not a war cry, apparently. Well, I don't know what to make of it. But just to be on the safe side, keep an eye out, ponies. Although the merchant did say one curious thing, that Brimstone started heading back to Philadelphia.
Footnote: percatained. Skittish at the bit. It may not be the fabled pinky sense, but if you really concentrate, you have your own ways of identifying where others might be around you, whether through paranoia or a greater sensory ability. Add +2 to your perception while still and in no immediate danger.